Hey guys, how's it going? SuperCoach here. Welcome to the channel. Today I'll be going over my updated 2024 team, which I can't wait to get into just because, the final SuperCoach is open. So, it's a bit interesting this year. Got, 40 trades, which is quite ridiculous. So I think I'm just going to try and have a fair crack for rank. If there is 40 trades, why not? That's what we should be doing anyway. But yeah, happy Australia Day as well, guys. Hopefully you guys are having a few frothies today. Definitely be getting onto that later. But yeah, anyway, we'll go over the side. What am I thinking? So we'll just do the rucks first. Obviously, we'll just go with Gawn and Grundy. Where's Grundy? There he is. Heaps of value in these picks. I made a little Excel document about, all the players that scored over 150 plus last season, and Gawn actually had the highest ceiling. I think he scored about 215 or something. So yeah, there's heaps of value in Gawn. He's a bit older, but yeah, for this price, definitely worth it. Can upgrade him to English, hopefully. Yeah, that was round 18, I believe. A massive score there from him. And then, the defenders, will go over that next. So the team is slightly similar, but a few changes. Kind of want to start Dacos, but, he's going to be, probably copping a tag in the first couple of rounds. Surprisingly, in the Excel sheet that I made, didn't score too many over 150 scores, but he's just super consistent. It's definitely more important for overall average over higher scores. But I just had a look at this to see, who actually had scored the highest last year. So who has got the highest ceiling potentially for this year. But yeah, I'm only going to be picking players from here that actually do have good averages. But as you can see, Bont actually has the most over 150 plus scores, which shouldn't be a surprise. 5 times, which is crazy. And then, Goulden second place, so that's interesting. But yeah, I think those guys are definitely ones to consider this year. But the buy structure probably doesn't suit them. And, Sicily's pretty good as well. He's had over 350 plus scores from last year. So definitely is a lock in the side, that's for sure. We'll just go back into that. So yeah, Sicily will be our D1 probably. Hopefully Dacos will drop in price. I don't really want to pick him because of the buy, but then again, I might be pressured into picking him. He does have that high average. Obviously, he's going to score pretty well most weeks, even with the tag probably. But yeah, he is owned by 60% of the competition. Preferably would try and like to get him in after his buy, maybe swap someone for him if we do have the 40 trades. But yeah, I'll have to have a deeper look into that. And then I'll grab my man Stewart. He's got quite a high ownership as well. Sicily does as well. But yeah, Stewart, most people will be picking him. But yeah, I think he'll be a good player. Become quite durable the past seasons. Might be getting a bit of mid-time, so interesting to see. And then we've got Luke Ryan and Dan Houston. They are actually pretty capable players in terms of high ceilings, and they're both around 27, so both in their prime basically. So they could be definitely some pods if you were looking at those guys, but I probably will give them a miss. Sinclair, probably the main guy for the Saints taking the kick-ins. But is another guy I'll probably give a miss. Might try and focus a bit more on the value and defence. So then, not too sure about what Sheasel's role will look like. Don't mind Jaden Short as a pod. Jakey Lloyd, probably not. Ridley, I think, was injured. And then I'll probably just pick up Hayden Young as well. Most people are picking him these days. I wasn't actually aware of how good he was going at the back end of last year. So I think he's definitely a great value pick. And then the next few guys, I could go for someone like a Whitfield. I feel like in defence for the start of the year, I probably want to have 4 decent defenders, like 2 primos and maybe 2 mid prices. So I'm leaning towards, I don't actually mind Powell either as a pod, but I think like he should be taking Gold Coast kick-ins, but we'll have to wait and see in the preseason how he scores. And he does have that bye, so probably going to steer clear from him as well. And then I'm looking at like some of these guys are pretty decent value. Like if you were thinking about having 4 defenders, just depending on the structure. Like I didn't mind Rioli, but he's another one of those guys I have to watch and see if I actually want to start him or not, just to flip him straight away in a couple of weeks into the season. Maybe when they have their bye, try and flip him to like a Dacos or something. That's probably the plan, but I probably won't get him, or I might just try and find a good value pick. So last time I had McGovern in the video, which is a bit silly, but I'm still quite curious about who will be taking the most kick-ins for the Eagles now that Shannon Hearn isn't going to be playing, and he did actually score quite well the past couple of seasons. So I feel like, one of these guys, Alex Witherden, I might put him in my side just for the moment as like a placeholder, because looking at his stats, I believe, where are they? Over here. So he did have like I think he's due for a breakout season, like averaging more than 100. So at least I think he could average a bit more with no Shannon Hearn. So last year he actually did play 22 games, which is awesome. So I might actually go with him at that price. But he's got a couple decent scores in here, but it's just when he's pumping out the 50s and the 48s, it's a bit concerning. But yeah, he's actually going to be just a placeholder in my team at the moment. Not too sure who I'll pick at that spot. Could just try and get like a Daniel Rioli and swing him to like a Dacos or someone potentially in that round 6 bye. And then McGovern, I had him in last video, but he's got the capability of scoring well. It's just who's going to get the main role. I don't think McGovern hasn't been that durable in the past seasons, but before that he actually played out some seasons there, which was interesting, but the average wasn't as good as Witherden. So I feel like Witherden, he's still quite young. I think he's only 25, so he could be a guy that plays out the whole season and scores pretty well. Just having a look at the DFS Australia website, seems like he got more kick-ins than Duggan, which I probably wouldn't consider. Definitely got more than McGovern. McGovern's more of that intercept defender. And then, Hearn obviously got the most because he's the veteran down there. I would have thought that McGovern would be more of the veteran. Well, he would be the veteran this year, but they might give it the role to Witherden, so he could definitely have the potential to have a breakout season, in my opinion. So I think I'll put him in the side for the moment, and then we'll just grab who else are we going to get? Williams, obviously, and then my other player, or just all the rookies. Like I think most people will be grabbing these guys as well. Who is it? It's like Marty Hoare. Grab him. If I go on past Caulfield, I don't know. Bloody blind these days. Yeah, but I feel like this year, try and get the edge through defenders. To have like 4 pretty mid-price or good ones, and then maybe try and get some cover in the forward line to adjust for the pricing differences, and we'll grab Caulfield. So that will probably be my defence as of now. That's how it sits, and then we'll go over the midfield. So Bontempelli, 724k is quite expensive, but yeah, he's obviously expensive for a reason. Got the highest average in the game, I believe. Well, that would be right. I think, a bit better than English. 30% ownership, which is interesting. Doesn't actually have the buys, so he could be a guy to definitely consider, which I would consider as well. Just because he's over 700k, it's a bit interesting, but is he actually going to drop in price? That's the other question. What's his lineup? Oh, he's got West Coast and Gold Coast, but Gold Coast would be a bit more competitive in the opening rounds. He does have that pretty nice fixture actually. So definitely one I'll be looking at. Could potentially start him. He's obviously going to be a top 2 forward. Midfield. I can't bloody speak. But yeah, these guys are quite expensive. I think my M1 will probably be Jordan Dawson, just because he does have that high ceiling. I think he scored over 150 3 times last year, so I think he's got a little bit more value than Laird. Averages aren't too different. Laird does have the better average, but I feel like Dawson, he's still only about 26 years old, so he's going to go to another level, which will be great to see. Definitely want to pick him. It'll be good for the buy structure. And then the next guy will be Butters, another young guy, about 23. So his durability will be interesting. He's always banged up, but he managed to play most of the games last year, so that shouldn't be an issue. Definitely has that high ceiling as well. Definitely want to pick him. And then the next guy I'll go with, I think I will actually start Goulden, just because he does have that run. I think so he could get some points above the competition, where he plays pretty well against these teams in the opening couple rounds, and he's got West Coast in there. So I think for points, I'll definitely just pick him, and then might do something crazy and swap him to Dacos in round 5 or something. I believe that's when he's got the bye. Oh no, they both have the bye, so maybe have to try and flip him to someone else, like an English, or maybe I flip him to English. I don't know, but then I've got Grundy to flip. So it's interesting. It will be all dependent on the cash gen and stuff like that as well. So yeah, I'm not really sure who. I'll just have him in the team for the moment, just because he plays well against these teams for the opening rounds. So I think that's a good shout. And then who else have we got? I actually was looking at what's Abs Magic. He's got the right idea, so shout out to him. Even DR, they know what they're talking about. These guys, legends of the game. So it would be a good idea to go for a GWS player in this next spot. So Tom Green, I probably can't afford him in my side. So I probably have to take the punt on Cogs. Just try and get those points, because he does have quite a good record against these past teams. He plays North Melbourne and West Coast straight up, so hopefully he can pump out some of these 170 scores, get a bit in front of the competition, and then just trade him out at his bye, which will be, I think it's round 4? Oh wait. Oh, round 3. Yeah, so maybe just try and flip him to Sam Walsh or someone like that, or another player that's going pretty well at that point in time. And then who else will fill out the team with? Probably just, I've still got Jack Steele in mind, I think, as a good value pick, even though he's got the thumbs down next to him. I didn't actually pick him last year, so I didn't really get the horrible scores that he produced, but he is capable of scoring 160s. So I think, if he's not injured this year, should be a great value pick, and potentially could be a keeper. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And then I'll also grab my guy, Cam Guthrie. Where is he? Quite a good, I think he'll easily make 150k. Still think he'll be the number 1 midfielder at the Cats. He's a bit older. I think he's around 32 this year, or maybe 31. But I think, with the time off, he didn't really play much last year. he should be able to average at least 105 if he's at his best. So I think he could be a good pick. And then we've got the rookies, of course. So who else have we got here? Horne-Francis, that would be an interesting pick. But I think Cam Guthrie would be better value, in my opinion. But yeah, Horne-Francis, didn't really think of that. That was a bit of luck that just popped up. Grab McKercher, 62% ownership. That's just a given. And Sanders as well. Everyone should have them. And then who else are we going to pick? Jai Clark. He'll be good, hopefully. And yeah, who else have we got? Jeremy Sharp. Grab him. And then I'll just probably put Cooper Stevens in there. Hopefully he starts to get some games for the Hawks. He should be able to, hopefully. And then in the ruck on the bench, we'll grab Naismith. I think Richmond actually like him, so he might be able to get some games in. And yeah, go up a bit in price. He did go up a fair bit when he was at Sydney, and he was around that 200k price, I believe, but he was playing ruck. I don't think he'll really be in the ruck that much, but yeah, probably the second option. And then in the forward line, probably just a stock standard forward line like most other people. Grab McRae. Don't mind Luke Jackson, to be fair. He does have that high ceiling, but I still don't know what the role will be like with Sean Darcy. He's just signed that bloody massive contract, so no chance he's coming to the Cats anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, so Sean Darcy's going to be there long term now, so probably going to steer clear from Jackson now. And then I don't mind Shea Bolton, to be honest. He's actually got some pretty high scores. And yeah, he's only about 25, so I think he's the guy to monitor just because there isn't that many forward options. Taranto isn't in the team. I mean, Taranto obviously isn't in the team now, so it'll be interesting, like the midfield time. I don't know if he'll play much midfield, but, you know, he's capable of these 152s, 158, and yeah, 151 there. So he does have a high ceiling. Definitely one of the better options in the forward line, I reckon. Dusty could be another guy to get, but I'd probably just put Shea Bolton in my forward line at the moment. He does have that bye. I think it's the round 6 bye. So maybe, depending on his fixture, might be a guy to start. Don't know if he has the greatest lineup, though. That's the only thing. Yeah, it's not too bad. Just, he could be another guy to potentially flip if I'm like running low for the cash and like a Bontempelli or a English isn't really dropping in price. Can try and swing like a Goulden or a Bolton to one of those guys. Or same with Grundy. But that's probably what I'll be thinking, or even Cornelio. And then to finish off the forward line. Oh, wait, actually, I don't think I'll be able to afford Bolton in this team. Yeah, so I'll just have to grab Billings, I think it is. Billings, I think, yeah, at that price, definitely worth it. And then we'll get Reed. I can't bloody spell, is it? Yeah, that's it. Reed, 74% ownership. Everyone will have him. And then I think I'll actually go for the good rookies in this case. I might actually just, because, I think the rookies will be a good shout. Just because these guys are top, 5 rookies from the draft. So I'll probably actually pick them up, like Nick Watson. I think 27% ownership. I know he's like a small forward and stuff, but I actually think he's quite talented. He just looks like one of those blokes that will score really well anywhere you put him in the ground. So, and same with Zane Dersma. I think he had a really good match sim the other day. Saw some reports of that. So he's in the side for the moment. Probably prefer Watson over him, Dersma at the moment, but I'll just put them both in here just to fill up some spots and actually have some scores, because they should be getting games straight away and be in the side consistently. And then we'll just grab, is it Sean Manor? Where'd he go? Oh, I haven't got to him yet. Yeah, we'll grab him. I think he should be in the Cats side. He looks like he's ready to go. Obviously, he's a mature age player. And then on the bench, we'll just pick up, is it Sam Darcy? Yeah, Sam Darcy. We'll grab him. And then this is where I'll have my other player. I probably need to figure out a DPP swing into the midfield. But I'll just have to get a 102k rookie for the moment, just because that's like the best I can do. So yeah, this is probably what I'm going to be thinking about for my team. Just having 4 defenders should be good. And then Williams is another one who will score well, hopefully, if he's not injured. And then, we'll have, 2 rookies on the field in the midfield, but those guys should be capable of scoring well. The forward line is where it actually comes under the most question. If these guys can, pump over like a 70 each, I think it should be possible. But, we'll have to wait and see, watch some preseason games and stuff like that. But yeah, this is what I'm thinking as my team structure. Just because we do have the 40 trades, might do something a bit more crazy. Witherden is an interesting pick, but I think he's got that potential to go to another level, which will be interesting. Otherwise, if I wasn't going to start like Goulden and Cornelio, I'd probably be looking at getting in like a Shea Bolton. I believe that's what I would do. But yeah, just with the fixture, I think Cogs is a bit more valuable over like Shea Bolton, or like even is it a Dylan Moore? He could be another guy to look at in the forward line. And same with Zach Fisher. There's a couple of different things I've been thinking about. But yeah, this is probably the one I'm liking the most. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below, guys, what you're thinking about this structure. Might be a bit crazy, but this is what I've got. Let me know what you're thinking of doing with your team as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a great day and get excited for footy season to come back. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys later.